Dude, if we haven't pissed people off yet, this will be the one to do it. I got a ton of stuff that just, ugh. What are you going to do, huh? Hey, welcome back to the Dutch and Denver podcast. Uh, I'm Dutch, and I'm in Denver, or the surrounding vicinity. I've been off for a week or two, maybe. I don't know. I haven't really kept up with it. I've been busy doing stuff. It's summertime or springtime, whatever you want to call it. Lots of work to do. The old homestead, working the land, shit like that. And I try to compile a bunch of stuff, and then I sat down to do this one tonight and realized I compiled a lot of stuff. So this is going to be kind of like a jump around, really piss some people off. I think this will be the one that's going to irritate people the most. But all of it won't be wrong. Actually, it'll all be right. And maybe it won't irritate you. Maybe you'll just like, Dutchy, you're right on, brother. So what's it been? 2 weeks? 10 days? What have you guys been up to? Anything fun? I don't care. Sorry. Let's start with just simple stuff. The Avalanche suck. Let me step that back. I'm not sure they suck. They did not get beat by the better team. For those of you who haven't been paying attention, the Avalanche swept the Blues, and then they played Vegas in the second round, and Vegas went 7 games with Minnesota. So game 1, the Avs came out and they kicked the shit out of them, like 7-1. Game 2, they barely won. 3, 4, 5, and 6, they got their asses handed to them. Now, so there's a lot of work here. We have my own personal opinions, which are the important ones. I think we have bad defensemen. And I mean, Dutch, you got Cale Makar. Yes, we have Cale Makar. He's a great defenseman. He's better at scoring goals than he is at stopping them. We have some defensemen who, and it may not be Cale Makar. I think Nemeth is the one that I fucking hate. But Cale Makar probably didn't turn it over and give up goals. But it doesn't matter because Nemeth turned it over and gave up like 10 goals. And the Avs only scored 5 goals. So it didn't even out and we ended up losing the series. So I think actual defensemen, like who played defense, was a big part of this. Number 2, and this is in no particular order whatsoever. Grubauer is good, but he isn't that good. He gives up goals that I think I could stop. But goals that I would have no chance at, he stops. I don't get it. I went to some of the games. I watched it on TV. He looks slow sometimes where I don't think he should be slow. But then on things like, oh, damn, this is an easy goal. He stops it, and it's unbelievable. But then it's like, oh, easy stop, and he gives it up. I think he's out of position sometimes, and I think his left to right or right to left is slow. I mean, he gives up too many easy goals. Now, they may look easy because it's a breakaway and you should be able to stop one-on-one because your defenseman fucked up, which brings me back to my original point. I don't know, man. I was super disappointed. I thought they could beat Vegas. Apparently they couldn't. I mean, they held with them in the regular season. They split regular season games, and the Avs just got their asses handed to them. Let's see. Problem number 2, 3, doesn't matter. I'm not sure I believe this one, but I'm leaning towards it. Nathan MacKinnon. Maybe the best hockey player in the regular season, but I guess he didn't do anything in the playoffs. I mean, I went over the stats, and I think all of his goals were either empty netters or something like that. Yeah, I mean, it helps, but it's not like when we need it. And he didn't show up. Do we get rid of him? Absolutely not. So Kisla, you dipshit with a Denver Post. Well, you're still the Denver Post. Of course, you're stupid. Your article was a little bit over the line, but I see where you were coming from because you expected your best player like to lead the team, and he literally did nothing. Saad, I thought, did one of the better jobs for us. Brandon Saad was a monster. That guy was awesome. Um, there's just so many things to go over that weren't great. Physicality, the Avs got their asses kicked. I'm sorry, but it's one thing to be like a finesse team and just be better at hockey, but it's the playoffs, and being better at hockey is great. But in the playoffs, they're going to hit you for a questionable penalty that won't get called. And the Avs have no one to hit back. Now, I know in the Blues, Landeskog came out and fought and got the Gordie Howe hat trick, blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Didn't matter. First round, doesn't matter. Vegas kicked the shit out of us. We had no business physically in those games. Which, I mean, that's tough. And I know hockey has gone away from the fighting and the big checks and stuff like that. But in the playoffs, it has to happen. It has to be there. You can't be Kadri. You get suspended, though, which was bullshit. Because there were much worse hits. They got less games. Oh my God, Kadri has a history. Fuck his history. And it wasn't always a history of headhunting, which I didn't even know that was a thing in hockey. So yeah, I was super disappointed in the Avs. Lots of things to work on. I'm not sure Bednar is the answer. That's our coach. He changed up the lines. Nothing happened. We need a goalie. We need actual defensemen. Like, it's one thing to be a defenseman and score, but it's another to not turn the puck over and give up goals. So, lots to work on. I would not get rid of McKinnon. Kisla's a moron. We need a better goalie. I mean, I'd take Fleury. We got to be tougher. We're just not tough. A couple times it looked like we gave up. Not like entirely like the Broncos do, just lay down and take it up the ass like pussies. But they just, I mean, a couple times, like third, second period, Vegas just literally took the puck away from us and brushed us off. We're like, oh, okay, well, maybe we can get a breakaway. I don't know. It was a rough second series, but this is the third year in a row, I believe, that we're out in the second. So something has to fucking change. Like now. I mean, we're Denver sports. We're not, and we'll get into this later. Well, actually, we could probably tie in this. We're Denver sports. We want fucking champions. That's why the Rockies and Nuggets are irrelevant, except for stupid fans. And we want championships, especially when Vegas, not the Golden Knights, but the books have you. I mean, like plus 150. That's a ridiculous line on a Stanley Cup championship. Get your shit together and win it, Avalanche. Yeah, we'll run all this together. The Nuggets got their asses handed to them in the second round. Phoenix swept them. I'm not a basketball fan. The NBA is dead to me as far as that. I tried to watch a playoff and I couldn't do it. It just, oh, it's so fucking bad. Between all the crap I don't care about and just the bullshit calls for one team or another, I don't know how anybody still watches it. And if you do, you're a fucking idiot. And that's the reason that they keep getting away with this crap, is because they still have fans. It's like the Rockies. The reason the Rockies are still the worst fucking team in the history of sports is because we still have dumb people who go to the games and give them money. As for the Nuggets, Jokic won MVP of the league. That's the shining star of the Nuggets. Bravo, brother. That is a huge accomplishment for any player in the NBA. It's a bigger, more amplified compliment, or whatever you want to say, for someone on the Nuggets. Nuggets are a flyover team. You fly to Denver on your way to coast and blah, blah, blah. Okay? He's the first Nugget to win the MVP, which is awesome. Very deserving of it. He literally was the most valuable player on the Nuggets. The Nuggets would be nowhere near where they were without him. Murray probably helped too, but he got hurt, so he's out of the conversation. So great for Jokic and the Nuggets that we have an MVP. MVP getting swept in the second round? I don't know. Some super questionable calls. Jokic got ejected on, I think, an F2, flagrant 2, which wasn't, but it's NBA. If you don't know that that's coming and that LaFlop does his thing and all that, you're dumb. There's no way the NBA is going to let the Nuggets win the NBA championship. It's just not happening. The money in there. And for y'all to continue to support it, I know you want something, but be smart about it. I'll dip over into politics later. It's like, so bandwagon fans. First of all, if you're a Vegas Golden Knight fan and you weren't born and raised in Vegas, you're a bandwagon fan. I'm sorry, you just are. If you weren't born and raised in the city you root for, you're a bandwagon fan. This is the way that sports work, and let me explain it to you. Wherever you're born is your team. Now, if you're born somewhere without a team, you defer to your closest eldest relative. And if your closest eldest relative doesn't like sports or have a team, go down the line. And if for some reason you don't have anybody, pick one out of a hat. That I'm fine with. So, for instance, I used to work with a guy who, he was born in Germany and his family, they didn't follow anything. He picked Philly. He's an Eagles fan. He picked the Red Sox. I don't know about his basketball. I don't think he likes basketball. And I don't know about hockey. But he picked him out of hat because he literally had no option. He was born in fucking Germany. Dad went into it, blah, blah. Fine. But if you're born in a state, that's your team, motherfucker. And anything other than that, you're a bandwagon fan. Bandwagon fans aren't necessarily jumping on the good bandwagon because the Broncos have sucked for a long time. They've been good, flashes, but they've sucked. And we've had a lot of people latch on there and be like, oh, I've been a fan since 80. If you have anywhere in your profile or your statements or anything, I've been a fan since, and it's a number, you're a bandwagon fan. We just assume, like, I used to be a Broncos fan, and then, NFL, dumb shit, blah, blah. Politics trump, or my country trumps football. Sorry, just does. But I wasn't a fan since like 80. I'm a Broncos fan, which inherently means from birth. Avs. Now, because see, Denver's tough. Everybody's going to bitch. Like, well, Dutch, what about this? Let me explain something to you. Not a Rockies fan. I'm a Cardinals fan. Because when I was born, we didn't have a baseball team. So I deferred to my closest, oldest relative, my father, Cardinals. So I was raised Cardinals. And then the Rockies came along, and I don't care. I'm a Cardinals fan. That's the way that worked. Avalanche. Dad was here since like after Nam. Mom's a native. I had nobody to defer to hockey. Dad wasn't a hockey fan. Okay. So the Blues weren't even a thing. And then, the Nordiques moved from there to here to Denver, and finally we had hockey. There's my team. That's how that happened. That's perfectly acceptable. Okay. But if you're born in fucking Kansas and, your dad was the Chiefs fan and you just moved to Colorado on a whim, no, the Broncos are not your fan. Well, they can be your team. You're a bandwagoner, though. And I'm tired of this shit. Oh, good season. No, not good season. You guys fucking lost. It's not a good season. Any season that doesn't result in a championship is a failure. Okay, and there's some idiot on the Twitter who's like, oh, Jokic stood outside the locker room and hugged every player as they walked in. That's my MVP. he lost. He's a loser. I'm sorry. You guys are fucking professionals making millions of dollars a year. Win championships or be losers. Oh, we're gonna piss people off tonight. And I'm super happy about it. Because I gotta get some things off my chest. It's been boiling for a while. So yeah, bandwagon fans. If you want to be bandwagon, fine. But you're not a lifer. Since 80, no, nerd. Where were you born? That's your team. Where was your mother, father? Those are your teams. Now, if you adopt another team, fine. You're a bandwagon fan. It's okay. That's fine. You can be a bandwagon fan. It's not as bad as everyone makes it seem. Vegas fans, Golden Knights, y'all got lucky. You had a playoff caliber NHL team from like day one. So yeah, you're all bandwagon fans, but your team's fucking winning. So yeah, you know that it's okay. It's okay to be a bandwagon fan. Now, if you change teams every year, I mean, you're probably a shithead, but I mean, I don't care. Your fandom, is okay with me. It's just, I don't want to hear any more about this diehard crap. Unless you were born into it, you're not diehard. And if you blindly follow a shit team, you're not diehard, you're a moron. Oh, Jesus. Where can we go? Who can we piss off now? Let's see here. Oh, we'll just stick with sports for a little bit longer. So I guess Mile High had some soccer match, like America versus Mexico, for I don't know what fucking reason or what league, anything like that. But I guess things went sour and some Mexican fans threw shit and hurt a USA player. Duh. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's part of the problem with letting. Hmm. Yeah, all I gotta say is duh. You can infer your own thing, but Jesus. It's the same problem with during Cinco de Mayo. You guys roll down federal with the fucking Mexican flag. No, you don't get to keep that heritage. Keep it. Make tacos, burritos, all that stuff, blah, blah. You don't get to fly that flag, though. I'm sorry. You're in America now. You fly an American flag. You chose to be here. Nobody picked your ass up from fucking Juarez and brought you here. And if they did, then I'm sorry and we should take you back to Juarez and you fly that Mexican flag till the day you die, motherfucker. More power to you. But when you're here willingly, What else? Sports. The DP show did not win like everyday talk show of the day or whatever. Actually, CNN won it, believe it or not. I don't have the tweet. I could probably find it, but yeah, CNN won the Sports Emmy for. No, it was CNN Sports Center. Oh, what the hell's the difference? Yeah, actually, I think Sports Center won it, but they're CNN. Social crap, political shit. I don't know how anyone still watches it. DP, don't feel bad, man. Your show clearly won. It was political. You guys didn't, bow to the altar of woke. That's the only reason you didn't win. Which bummer for them, but duh. Sorry. Where else should we go in the horribleness that is the current state of our union? Okay. So let's go so a little bit back to bandwagon, some moron or some stupid tweets, but they're gonna turn this into excuse me, a much broader discussion. Again, if you're a public figure or yeah, you're not a public figure, so never mind. Yeah, your tweet's completely fucking irrelevant. And you just say stupid shit because clearly you don't know anything about anything, Ryan. You fucking tool. Okay, moving on. That was a dark spot, which I thought I had more to say about that, but I reread it and it's just dumb. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna change gears for a little bit, and we're unfortunately we have to cover some politics because that's what dominates everything these days. For or I'm sorry, in New York, there's some elite school that is using an animated video or a cartoon, I don't know what you want to call it, to teach first graders. First graders. And I'm not familiar with school, but I think first graders are 5, 6, maybe 7. Let's go with 6-year-olds just because that's in the middle. 6-year-olds. Fucking 6-year-olds. A goddamn 6-year-old. This school is using an animated cartoon video to teach them about masturbation. You're fucking 6, man. God, holy hell. I mean, this is where we're at with the liberal mob. I mean, this is absolutely insane. So what we're going to do is I'll play the video and we will dissect it as we go, because it's also important to know the difference in, like, I won't say color because it is Pride Month and we don't want to fuck that up anymore than they already have, which we'll get to that. But so here's the video, okay? And it starts off like this. So we got a kid's playing with monsters and a duck.
Whoa! Watch it! You almost hit me in the pee-pee! What's so funny, you two?
He said pee-pee.
There we are right there. I gotta stop there for just 1 second. And here, I'll tell you what we'll do is I'll put on my headphones so you guys don't hear this like reverberating. Okay? So, but we're gonna listen to this together. Because it's, I mean, it literally is insane. You gotta remember, this is fucking first graders, 6 years old. 6 years old, listen to this. This is the video that they saw.
Do you notice that when you say pee-pee, you giggle, but when you say penis, you say it in a serious voice?
I never noticed that before.
6 years old.
Some children and adults feel uncomfortable when they talk about their private parts, so they make up cute or funny names for them.
What's one for a girl's private parts?
Vajayjay!
Ooh, Dilly.
But what does Scoops mean when he says vajayjay?
He means vulva.
That's
6
right,
years
Kayla.
old.
It's important to use the proper words for our private parts.
Why?
Because our private parts are just as amazing
If you guys
as our
aren't watching
hearts,
live on video,
lungs, brains, or any
you know,
other of
you're
our
just hearing
amazing
the
body
commentary.
parts.
But our hearts pump blood, our lungs breathe, and our brains think.
All our private parts do is pee. That's not entirely true.
Here we go.
Scoops.
Sex ed
It
for
is
6 years
true
old.
that a person pees or urinates through a hole called the urethra in the penis.
Okay, so just to stop it real quick, if you're listening, there is a chalk outline of a boy's, I can only assume, wedding tackle. His twig and berries.
Does everyone have a urethra?
They do. It can be harder to see, but girls have a tiny hole in the front of the...
And for all of you not watching, again, it's a chalk outline of a girl with her wedding tackle, which is basically just a line up her belly.
vulva, where urine comes out from their urethra. Urination is actually very important. It helps us get rid of waste, stuff our body doesn't need.
When you're 6, did you know that peeing was important? I mean, you've been doing it for 6 years. And this is where it starts getting sexualized.
Hey, how come my penis gets big sometimes and points up in the air?
That's called an erection.
Sometimes I touch my penis because it feels good.
Sometimes.
This is for 6-year-olds. Do you understand that? And no one will say, All right, let's keep going.
When I'm in my bath or when Mom puts me to bed,
This is the
I
little
like
black
to touch
girl
my vulva
talking.
too.
You have a clitoris there, Kayla, that probably feels good to touch the same way Keith's penis feels good when he touches it. But have you ever noticed that older kids and grown-ups don't touch their private parts in public?
They don't?
That's right, Keith. It's okay to touch yourself.
All right, so these kids clearly don't have parents because they haven't realized. By the time I was 6, I think the phrase I was most familiar with was "get your hands out of your pants." That was a boy thing. Okay, women didn't do that. So already this episode is just nuts to me. Now, let me be clear. If the goal of this video was to tell kids to not touch themselves in public, okay, but I still think that's mom and dad's job. Like, again, my parents told me, I think from day, they still tell me, get your hands out of your pants. Fucking weirdo. All right, let's go.
And see how different body parts feel, but it's best to only do it in private.
Well,
Yeah, so
if
only
private
masturbate
parts
in
are so
private
special,
before you get some
why
kind
do
of
you cover them
charge.
up?
Because they are private, silly.
That's right, Kayla, because they are private.
Hey, Squeaks, pass it.
Okay, I'm ready.
He's covering up his nuts. So this is from a Maze, who might be the most retarded shit I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Okay, so that came from one of a prominent school in New York. Okay. These are what they're teaching 6-year-olds. I don't want my 6-year-old learning that. That's what the woke left is doing to this country. Like, we're watching cartoons about masturbation at 6 years old when I'm out here listening to Schoolhouse Rock, learning about conjunction junction and shit. These kids are learning not to jack off in public. Do you not see how insane that is, or am I the only one? I feel like I'm the only one. And then it gets even better. And this is where after last week's episode, or last 2 weeks, where I think a lot of hate came from, is because I went off on Pride a little bit. I think rightfully so, because, you know, there's a good point here. Pride gets a whole month. Veterans get 1 day. The folks that defended your right or whatever for Pride get 1 day. You get 30 days. And, well, I don't know, how long is June? 30, 31? Doesn't matter. Nobody jams Veterans Day down your fucking throat. Nobody changes all their avatars and stuff to the American flag or anything like that on Veterans Day. And some people do. I try to, but I don't always get around to it. I just, thank a veteran. I have a father who's a veteran. I thank him. It's our thing. I don't make a big deal about it externally. Internally, I understand. I understand. I'm sure my father understands more than most, or more than some. He doesn't get a whole month, which is pretty shitty. Memorial Day. We just had that. We discussed this. The folks who sacrificed their life for this country get 1 day. Not a whole month. Why don't we have Veterans Month? How about Memorial Month? Now, I personally believe we should have Veterans Year or Memorial Year, where every day you don't forget this shit. Just like Pride Year. I mean, who cares? Keep it to yourself. I don't need it jammed down my throat for a month. But it gets better. Nickelodeon. Do you guys know who that is? It's a kids network. What a surprise. We're indoctrinating our kids right off the bat. At 6 years old, Don't jack off in public, Johnny. Do it in private. Maybe at 6 you shouldn't be jacking off at all. I don't know what to tell you. Quit futzing with yourself, man. Or lady. So Nickelodeon took it upon themselves to force Pride on the children at a very, now. I don't know what to tell you. This is just, once again, the insanity of the left. And there's no possible way that anyone can think that this is right. Well, of course, the left thinks this is right. But this is not right. This is completely fucking insane. So Nickelodeon is a network for kids. And they have shows like, maybe this was on Nick Jr. too, I don't know. Okay. But this is where you used to watch like Blue's Clues, one with the gay guy in that. Maybe he wasn't gay, who knows. But this is what you used to watch with the guy and the dog. Okay. Or let's see, what was it? What else was on Nickelodeon? The show with the slime, which I can't remember, and I'm sorry. But this, to me, is what is absolutely insane. Okay? So what we'll do is we'll pop it on here, and we can talk about it for a minute. So we will, holy hell. This is what's just fucking crazy. All right. So we'll pop up this crazy bitch, and we'll go with that. Okay. So this is a no, not a tranny. What's the other one? A drag queen. This is a dude dressed like a chick. I don't have a problem with it. You want to dress like a chick? Fine. Go nuts, brother. You want to sing Cher songs? Go nuts. But do not teach my kids about it. That's for me. So here we go. We'll start right at the beginning. Complete and utter insanity. There's no possible way that that's good for anybody. Actually, I didn't know that the trans flag actually not trans, the pride flag, the colors actually meant something. I thought it was just like the rainbow and the diversity of colors, but apparently every color means something. Oh, wait a minute. I think you guys just heard silence for a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to replay this because I didn't have desktop audio going and I messed up. But I'll pop these back on for everybody and we will listen to this crazy person real quick. Okay? So this is, again, a commercial on Nickelodeon, I think commercial or something, about Pride with a drag queen. And if you guys are listening to this, I suggest you go Google it or just switch over to YouTube and watch it. Here we go. Doesn't it just fill you with pride, showing who you are on the inside? Wave that pride flag up high, be true to you. Show your pride, wave those flags, everybody. Here we go. Red light, orange, healing, yellow is sunlight, green, nature, blue, harmony, purple is spirit, baby blue, pink, white represent transgender people, and black and brown represent the queer and trans people of color. Okay, so that is not the entirety of the video. It's like a 3-minute video of absolute insanity. Okay, but we're not going to play that for you because I don't want to listen to it. I've already watched it. It's awful. But I don't want my kids indoctrinated with that crap. I don't want your kids indoctrinated with that nonsense. Like I said though, I didn't know that the pride flag or the LGB flag had the colors actually meant something. I thought, like I said, it was just diversity of the rainbow, which was, you know, diversity of people, unless you're straight and white, and then you're out. Does the pride flag have fucking white in it? I'm not sure. Yeah, it has a little. Well, the one that I'm seeing right now has like a little triangle by the pole that has a fuckload of colors in it, and then it has the rainbow colors. So I don't know. Shouldn't be on Nickelodeon. That's what I'm talking about. This crap being jammed down everybody's throat. Okay? Just keep it to yourself, man. Or woman, or whatever you want to be. Questioning or. Fuck. These are nuts. Get some help. And that brings me to the next one. So LinkedIn, which I'm done with, and I hope you are too. If that's your only source of employment, oh, you're better than that. We will talk about employment on the next one. But so LinkedIn does this tweet that says, I'm assuming her name is Chanel. That's how it's spelled to me. But Chanel Lopez says she's felt tokenized by some employers because she is trans. No shit. I mean, I don't know how to explain this to everyone in simple words that they can understand. But so for instance, like, you know, you have the token black guy, the token Mexican, blah blah, whatever. And all that means is, like, in a group of white people, to not be racist or blah blah blah, you have a black friend and he's your token. And the reason that is because this crap has been jammed down your throats that if you don't, you're a racist, you're a piece of shit, you're whatever. So we get a token black friend. Well, Chanel, let me explain something to you. First of all, on no job application in the history of the fucking world does it ask whether or not you're trans. So no one will know that unless you tell them. You don't need to tell them. It doesn't ask on a job application, are you gay? Are you straight? Are you lesbian? Are you Mexican? Are you black? It doesn't ask any of that crap. So the only reason these people know this is because you told them. And you're damn fucking right that you're the token, because we've made it impossible to not have a token. And I'm sorry, not we. The left has made it impossible to not have a token. Woke Coke, remember where they were like, hey, our legal teams need to be like 50% minorities by whatever date? Yeah, that we have to have tokens at this point. And I'm going to keep calling them that because that's what they are. If you would just stop for 1 second and be like, we're just going to hire the best person. I don't care what fucking color they are. I don't care if they're trans, gay, lesbian. Doesn't matter. None of it would matter at all. But you've made it matter. You've made it an issue. Therefore, yep, you're a token. So Chanel, you know, she felt tokenized. Well, no shit, Chanel, you're fucking stupid. What makes for the right work environment? Poorly worded question, but whatever. Chanel says it comes down to respect and kindness. The conversation for change continues on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, you can fuck off. Chanel, you can too. You made yourself the token trans at whatever company you work for. It shouldn't matter. If I'm a trucking company, let's think of it this way, okay? I have Dutch's dump trucks. It's good. Mine. So at Dutch's dump trucks, we're going to hire the best dump truck drivers we can. Okay? I don't care if you're a man or you're male, female, black, brown, white, yellow, purple, green, orange, blue, red. I don't give a shit. All I want you to do is drive the dump truck and don't fuck anything up. Don't run into other cars. Don't dump your. See, this is getting on a dicey ice, but let's do this. Don't dump your load where it should be dumped. Yeah, we already not gonna run into other cars. Just don't fuck things up. That's all I want from you. And I don't care anything about you as an individual. You work for Dutch's Dump Trucks. Okay? Now, if on your application you write in huge letters, I'm trans, and the government has mandated that I have to hire a certain amount, then yep, you're the token trans. You're gonna be the best trans dump truck driver that I can hire. But me as a business owner, I don't fucking care. It's the left has mandated that I have to hire you, or I'm gonna get some horrible repercussion. Just like I don't care if you're black or brown or white. I just want you to be a good dump truck driver. Now, on your application, if you write, I'm black, and I'm like, oh, shit, the government says I gotta have 6 black guys for every 100 white guys or whatever, then yeah, you might be one of the 6 that gets hired, but you're gonna be my token black guy. I don't mean mine like an ownership, but you know what I mean, okay? Don't take this out of context. So stop making an issue, and it won't be an issue. Race is not a problem unless you make it one. Trans is not a problem. I don't fucking care if you're Bobby and you want to dress up as Jenny at night and go sing show tunes. I don't give a shit, man. Just be a good dump truck driver. What you do in your personal time is if you want to wear a dress, drive in that dump truck. I don't care. The construction guys might make fun of you a little bit when you show up and you dump your dirt where it needs to be. That's your problem though, man. You chose that. I didn't do that for you. But if you're a really good dump truck driver, they might look at you and be like, hey man, he wears a dress, but I mean he dumps it where we need it and he doesn't fuck things up. So good for him. Stop making an issue. Stop jamming it down people's throat. Just be you and shut the hell up about it. So yeah, Chanel, you are the token because you've made yourself the token, you stupid. Did I say bitch or asshole? I don't know. Chanel's like a chick. I think it's a dude who dresses up like a girl based upon the short video that LinkedIn has. Also, LinkedIn, fuck yourselves for doing this. Pissed off yet? Good. Okay, let's move on. Oh, okay. This will be fun. So, John Rich, do you guys know who that is? He's rich and big and rich. They're a country band. They're the ones that sung "Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy," and they've become completely fucking irrelevant. I mean, I haven't heard from them in 10 years. Not my fault though. Their fault. But this is what Johnny tweets. There are many conservative country music singers that just won't say anything to push back against the ideologies that aim to erase what they care about. You know? Oh, I'm sorry. What they care about. Why? You know why. I hope soon we will see them start to speak up. The country music industry is out of touch with its audience. No shit, John. Now, I'm again, I haven't heard from John in years. Never heard any songs of his. I never really liked their style to begin with. But of course you're out of touch with country music, you dumb shit, because country music isn't country anymore. They're all sellouts. And they're like Jason Aldean. I'll fight that bitch. Look out, Jason. And Luke Bryant, you're going down too. I'd say Florida Georgia Line, but y'all ain't country. You guys are a fucking rap concert. It's one of the only concerts I ever left. But it's all garbage. And I mean, yeah, John, stepped up and said this, but John, you're irrelevant. Nobody cares what you think. Nope, nobody cares. What you should have said is go vote. and don't vote like a dipshit. Because, I mean, you know, that brings me to like what I was going to talk about with this whole John Rich thing is like fake country music artists. Jason Aldean. You're not a cowboy nerd. Cowboys don't have their ears pierced. You're probably a little bitch that found a niche and it worked for you. Good. You're making your money. Awesome. I'm not giving you any of it. Other people will. Fine. Luke Bryan, none of these guys practice what they sing or even practice what they preach. I'm pretty sure Merle did. I think Cash did. George Strait surely does. But I wouldn't even consider these guys country. You're hip hop. There's too much bass. I don't give a shit about anything you have to say. Even John, buddy, I'm sorry. I mean, I like you. I hope you were going for some kind of conservative outlet, but stop making music for Nashville then. Oh, is that gonna mess with your money? You don't want to do that, do you? Fuck no. Because as soon as it affects your bottom line, you clam up like a little pussy. That's what everybody does. As soon as it starts costing money, you shut up. As soon as you get fired or canceled or anything like that, you shut up. I would too, don't get me wrong. I'd clam up too like a little bitch. The problem is we're allowing people to do this. Quit letting them do it. I don't know how to fix it. I'm not a genius. I say stop. I don't think enough people have been hit in the face. Now you can't go around hitting people in the face, so don't say that I told you to do that, but you know what I mean. Like, they get away with it because you let them. That's been the Republicans' problem for 100 years, is they just let the Democrats do whatever the fuck they want, and then when they get in power, they do nothing. So, John, why I like your sentiment, it's fucking useless to me. And anyone. Because you know what? You're still going to go back. You're not going to fight for anything. You know, how much money did you donate to Trump? I hope all of it. None? Probably seems about right. Probably why we haven't heard from you in a while either. Maybe you did speak out and maybe they canceled your ass. That's why we haven't heard any songs from you. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's see. Somebody from the New York Times editorial board is pissed off that she saw a bunch of American flags. And she lives in New Jersey and went to Florida, and she saw a bunch of pickup trucks with Trump flags and American flags, and it offended her. If you're offended by the American flag, fuck off. And then the libs will argue and be like, oh, but Dutch, the Trump people have hijacked the American flag, and now it's a symbol of hate, and I'm fucking stupid. Yep, you're fucking stupid. Like, I can't help you. Holy hell, people. How did we get here? I mean, if you're a Democrat and you voted for Biden, and you're not unbelievably fucking embarrassed right now, you're a goddamn moron. That man's at G7 and on a NATO thing and all this, making an absolute fool of himself. I personally feel bad for him. He is a confused old man with Alzheimer's or dementia. He has no idea what's going on, and you guys prop him up there just to say dumb shit and stumble through speeches. That's elder abuse. Now, if you think he's better than Trump, you're stupid. Okay. Yeah, you are stupid. But I can understand the Democrat policies that you wanted. That wasn't your option, though. He's a poor, confused old man that you have propped up because Orange Man bad and you don't see mean tweets anymore. It's embarrassing. Kamala Harris is up there cackling about the border and everything. with snide remarks, and you can't be proud of it. And if you are, you're retarded. Which you're a Democrat, so yeah, chances are you are retarded. But this is the problem with the fracture of this country, is that no one can admit fault. Like, if you're a Democrat, you should be like, oh yeah, we fucked up. We absolutely abused an old man who is confused and lost, and we took complete advantage of him. And then his vice president is a fucking psychopath. That's all I need. We'll get through the next 3 years together. All you gotta do is say you fucked up. That's it. That's all you gotta do, because you did. And if you still think this is going well, you're stupid. I mean, you clearly are stupid because you voted for him. But yeah, if you think this is going anywhere but fucking, you're stupid. Holy hell, what are we gonna do? I think we'll do the city thing for later. I'm super pissed about people who moved here and they're like, oh yeah, but where I came from is so good. Chicago is awesome. Fucking go back. We'll cover that later. We're closing in. Dating and D-bag bars. I don't know. I wrote some notes that I probably might have been drunk for, and I don't know. Let's just lighten up. E3 is happening. Battlefield 2042 looks pretty cool. Okay. Some problems. The multiplayer, I didn't see any gunfire. Makes me nervous. As it should you. Call of Duty's fucking dead. That game's awful. I'll still play it. That's what people want to watch, because people are simple. But yeah, it's dead. Elder Scrolls Online. An MMO I really like. I love the Elder Scrolls franchise. I like Bethesda. They're great. They're gonna do the new console enhanced version tomorrow. I'll let you know how that goes. I haven't really watched E3. I've been super busy this weekend. It's been fantastically warm, 90s to 100. It's been great. I've gone out with friends. We partied. Some crazy person thinks they beat me at cornhole. It didn't actually happen. They were drunk. But I'll give them a rematch. Let's see. Had some issues with a boat. It's like, all right, let's go. Tires cracked. Nobody has trailer tires. I've just been busy. So I haven't watched E3 like I normally would or wanted to have. But like I said, super excited for Battlefield. Even fired up Battlefield 4 the other night. Wasn't great. Hardcore, I'm not a hardcore Battlefield player. That's a whole nother level of good. Played with some people who... I love Fract. Gixxer. I love him too, but he has his quirks. So I'll try and get things together as things get more in a groove for summer. You know, you gotta mow acres, stuff's, firing up. So I'll try and do podcasts more often or more regularly. Maybe not more often, just more consistently. You guys can plan like every Tuesday. Here it comes. Still go to Kyle's website, donate to his wedding. Still go to our website, Dutch in Denver, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. Dutch in Denver. It's right up there. Okay? Right there. Follow on Twitter. Do everything you can. On Twitter, there's no I. I appreciate all the support, as always. I love most of you. I even love the hate listeners. You guys are my favorite. Actually, no. The people who agree with me are my favorite. Hate listeners, you're my second favorite. And just help us out. Give us all your money. Actually, go give Kyle all your money for his wedding. And whatever you got left over, you give to me. Until next time, guys, I super appreciate it. And we'll see you when we see you. Bye.